Welcome back to another episode of Master Guide. This is Yeti, and I'm back to present the 3 best Barcelona hero in the current meta. We selected these heroes based from Mythical Glory gameplays and live from M3 World Championship. We decided to cover these heroes because they can help you rank up and they're fairly easy to play, just like the heroes we've showcased so far. But first we want to know more about our viewers, so we begin with the question of the day. Which hero has the best voice lines? Let us know down in the comment section below. Number 1 on our list is Clint, the West Justice. Clint is a classic marksman in a sense that he can shred tanks, and he's very powerful late game. What makes him stand out is his burst from the combination of his skills, auto attack, and the true damage from his items. Speaking of items, let's go over the recommended build. The true damage comes from Endless Battle, and if you want more, then you can build Thunder Belt, which also gives you defense and extra HP. Clint's passive gives enhanced auto attack that increases range and damage after using a skill. Notice how he can auto attack without getting hit by the tower. Clint's first skill does AoE damage in a fan-shaped area, whereas the passive deals damage in a straight line, so keep that in mind when positioning yourself. Clint's second skill resets cooldown by 40% when hitting enemy, but you can use it backwards to dash through walls. Clint's ultimate can charge up to 5 times, and you use it to spam your passive. Auto attack skill, auto attack skill. Always use auto attack between your skills. Always have at least 3 charges on ultimate, don't use it unnecessarily on minions. Use first skill when clearing waves, and save second skill for when enemy ganks. Have 5 charges on your ult before joining team fights. For team fights, go for the damage dealer when they're within your range, but you can also just shred their tanks. The most important thing is your positioning to play safe. Use second skill backwards when chasing enemies, and use it on your enemy if they are chasing you. He's very easy to learn, and that's all you need to know to play Clint. Number 2 on our list is Beatrix, the Dawnbreak Soldier. If there is one hero that we recommend you play for the rest of your life, it's Beatrix. She's easy to learn, but hard to master. The reason she has high skill cap is because she has lots of weapons in her arsenal. Speaking of weapons, this is the most popular build for Beatrix. Note that the brute force breastplate is often replaced by other items such as Wind of Nature or even Blade of Heptasis depending on your playstyle. This build shown is used by pro players, but feel free to explore other builds as you get more comfortable with Beatrix and gain preference on certain guns and playstyle. Killing Spree Assassin Emblem is best for Beatrix, but if you're new to her and you can't land your shots, then you can use Weakness Finder to slow the enemy. The best spells for Beatrix are Flicker or Purify. Beatrix has 4 guns divided into bottom and top rows, which you can access by clicking on Need Backup skill beside Regen. Only guns in bottom row can be used in battle, and you can switch them out when you're not dealing or taking any damage. Use first skill to switch guns in the bottom row. Your bullets are automatically reloaded wherever you switch guns. Each gun has a different number of bullets. You can use second skill to dash and instantly reload. Looking at Beatrix's first weapon, Nibiru, the submachine gun. It's the easiest gun to use because it's the only gun that doesn't need aim. We recommend that you choose this gun when starting her out. Nibiru's ultimate is used best during a team fight or to clear waves quickly. Second most popular gun is Renner, the sniper rifle. It's hard to land, but deals high burst damage and can even one-shot squishy heroes. At max distance, you can attack enemy turrets even without minions. Its ultimate can also be used to clear wave, and it's good for sniping enemies if they try to get away. Number 3 is Bennett, the bazooka/rocket launcher. It's great for defending against siege and for clearing lanes because its auto attack is AoE unlike the shotgun or sniper. Bennett's ultimate is also used in teamfights and to clear waves. Finally, we have Wesker, the shotgun. It's very important to walk up close when using the shotgun. Note the difference in damage when attacking the tower from far. Wesker's ultimate also does more damage the closer you are to the enemy. Beatrix is one of the strongest heroes in the early game. You have more damage against other ranged heroes at level 1, and if you're against melee heroes, poke them with your basic attack and keep your distance. If your opponent is playing passively, You can use the sniper or the bazooka to poke them under tower. Select your gun accordingly depending on your lane matchup. Level up second skill first so that you can reload or reposition when necessary. Your power spike is at level 4 where you can use 2 ultimates. Feel free to use one of your ult to clear wave, then switch guns and either harass your enemy or you can rotate to help your teammates. During teamfight, poke with auto attack first and only use ult when you have a clear shot. After using ult, you can switch guns so that you have another ultimate available while the other one is on cooldown. There is so much to learn with Beatrix, but she can be effective even if you only choose 2 guns to master. We've covered everything you need, so you can explore her on your own. Number 3 on our list is Nathan, the Space-Time Walker.
It is in despair that I see the fondest hopes.
Nathan is a marksman who builds physical, but it gets converted to magic damage. He's insanely strong late game that can go toe-to-toe with Mia and Layla in terms of raw damage, but has the mobility and survivability built into his kit. Here is the recommended build for Nathan. Nathan is heavily reliant on tank because he's squishy. If you can't depend on your tank, we recommend you use warrior boots or tough boots and 2 defensive items. You can also build Wind of Nature, which is good against other marksmen 1v1 because your damage is magic, so it can't protect them from you. His first skill, one of his main damage, and can be used to burst squishy heroes. Take advantage of its range and try to hit as many as you can with it. Nathan's second skill, Interference, knocks enemies back, but it doesn't interrupt skills like Odette's ultimate. It is, however, good for disrupting the enemy's positioning. You can use it to push enemy through walls. Nathan's passive, the Yuri of everything. He gains a stack when landing his skills. In here, he gains 1 stack when hitting the enemy hero, and he gains 2 stacks when hitting both the enemy hero and jungle creep. The number above regen tells you how many stacks you have and when it will expire. Note that when the yellow bar below his health is at full stacks, he gains max movement speed and attack speed. Nathan's ultimate reduces the cooldown of first and second skill, and then again when you reactivate it. When chasing someone, use ult, then take a step back, then reactivate your ult to switch places with your clone. Nathan is very squishy, especially early game, so at the start, focus on your farm and wait to late game where you truly shine, especially in team fights. If you end up fighting anyway, try to keep as many stacks as you can with your first skill, or even second skill, but watch out for ganks. If your enemy leaves lane, you can burst the enemy tower by using your ultimate. Place your clone closer to your tower so that you can dash out when enemies arrive. And of course, you need to maintain full stacks because the movement speed will help you to escape if necessary. Chances are, the enemies will try to gank you to shut you down early. If enemies are zoning you out, play safe by keeping distance with your first skill to last hit minions. You need to get your farm early, but it's even more important to stay alive even if you have to give up your tower. On the mini-map, you can see a team fight is already starting. Don't rush in just to die. Keep your stacks and go in after your enemies can no longer burst you. Don't go in too late either. Nathan is insanely strong late game. He can wipe the entire enemy team with just a tank on his side. Remember, positioning safely is more important than keeping stacks. Nathan is a glass cannon, so you need to coordinate with your support when going in. You can use your ultimate backwards or forwards depending on how you feel. Once you become more confident with Nathan, you can play him more aggressively. Those are the top 3 marksmen in the meta, but now the honorable mention, Popo and Koopa. We don't have time to cover him, but here's his build. Use Marksman Emblem for more damage and tankier dog. Use Assassin Emblem for sustain and faster rotations. In summary, use Clint for an all-around pick, use Beatrix for a dominant early game, use Nathan if your team needs extra damage, and finally, pick Popo and Koopa if your team needs more support. Learning these heroes will help you rank up when playing marksman in the gold lane. And now, comment of the day goes to A9. Our videos are actually geared towards legend players and below, but everything we cover is applicable in Mythical Glory unless otherwise specified. For instance, this video was inspired by Oheb from Blacklist International, the Filipino sniper, and White Chicken from BTK. As we gain more viewers in the future, we'll be able to produce content specifically at that level. Until then, please stay tuned and support our channel. Thank you so much for watching to the very end. Stay frosty everyone, this is Yeti, signing out.